Hi everyone. I'm really enjoying these videos on Substack. I've got lots of them in the pipelines coming up with lots of things that I want to talk about and tell you about and support you with. So forgive me, this is going to be a little video. I just feel like I need to share something with you. So before Christmas, I was building a membership space. Before I carry on, my dog is just sat at the door whimpering a little bit, so she may distract us, but let's persevere. Before Christmas, I was building a membership space called the Reimagined Classroom. You may have seen I did a few little Substack posts about it and spoke a little about it on Instagram. And then December hit and we all got unwell, and it was my son's birthday and Christmas and da-da-da-da. And before I knew it, I was experiencing quite deep burnout again. So I have taken kind of the end of December and now into January to really look after myself. And I just put the membership to one side for a moment. And in doing so, what has come through for me, I think, is something even more powerful than what I was making before. So originally, the Reimagined Classroom was a space for educators who were feeling exhausted by the education system. Now, it still is that. However, what I came to realise is that for there to be change that is lasting, change that is impactful for us as adults and for the children, the community needs to be wider than just educators. Because in raising the future generation, there are lots of stakeholders. There are teachers, yes, but there are also parents. And this, I don't know how I was kind of missing it. I was, but now I'm not. So the community space I'm building, the membership just for you, is for anyone who is raising the future generation. You could be a mother, a father, a teacher, a teaching assistant. You could be working in occupational therapy, speech and language therapy. I really want to create this space where people who are in caregiving roles, who kind of traditionally don't have time for themselves, can come together as their whole being. Now, this is really important for me. Our caregiving roles are crucial. We're raising the next generation. It's incredibly important. The weight and the pressure of that is heavily on my shoulders, and maybe it's heavily on yours too. And I feel that the reason I come into burnout time and time again is because I don't always have the space to show up as my whole being. I'm more than a mother. I'm more than a teacher. But I've kind of lost touch with those other parts of myself in some ways. And I'm very, very fortunate because I have all of this somatic coaching experience, the toolbox in my pocket that I can turn to daily. And thank goodness for somatics, because when I go into burnout, I know how to take care of myself and come out the other side. And the missing piece for me really is community. It's having a group of people who all want better for the children, who want the children to grow up in a society that is entrenched in empathy and self-compassion and a real understanding of what it means to be human, that means that some days your emotions are going to be messy and other days are going to be full of joy. And so the community membership space that is forming is now going to be called Beyond the Wall. Because I feel like as caregivers, we often find ourselves up against this barrier. And this barrier stops us from taking care of ourselves in the way that we know we need to. It stops us from even mothering and teaching in the way that we want to. And I'd like to explore with you what's beyond that wall. What if we did things differently? I don't know what that looks like necessarily yet. That's why I need the community, the collective to come together. But what I do know is that in this community space, you have full permission to show up as your whole self. And we'll get to explore that together, what that looks like, what that means. And with my somatic knowledge, I'm going to have weekly sessions where we can untangle, dissolve, kind of straighten bits of us back out again so that we start to feel more well in ourselves, but also more whole in ourselves. So, Beyond the Wall, a community space for those of us that are raising future generations who are ready to do things differently. I've got lots of information coming in the coming weeks about Beyond the Wall. The community space opens in March. So between now and then, I'm going to be telling you as much as I can about it so that you can hear if this is a space for you. And if it is, I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to be in community with you so that we can explore what's beyond that wall together. We can explore how we take care of ourselves in the society that we live in currently, and how we can create new worlds for ourselves and for our children, so that hopefully this generational repetitive pattern doesn't happen for our children, so that they can see role models of people who rest, of people who play and take care of themselves. I'm excited, and I can't wait to see which of you will join me. Keep your eyes peeled, there's more to come.